Hi, good day. My name is C.L.Jones, and I'm a student of the University of Southern Caribbean, or USC as we call it for short. The main campus is located in Trinidad, but I currently study at an extension site located in Guyana, my home country. I am 17 years of age. I am currently pursuing a Bachelor of Science degree in Business Economics. This presentation is being conducted for the course Communication Studies, a course which is lectured by Professor Denise Greaves. Today, we'll be examining what is communication, the two basic types of communication, which is also the topic of my entire presentation, and the use and effectiveness of each of those two types. This is an information speech presentation. My main focus is verbal and nonverbal communication. So, first, what is communication? Communication is the exchanging of information from one person to another person through successful and effective means. There are many types of means of communication. Although they may be similar, they are not the same. The messenger encodes and the receiver decodes. Today, we'll be focusing on verbal and nonverbal communication. Verbal communication is the sharing of information using speech and language to relay a message. It serves as a vehicle for expressing desire, ideas, and it is very vital to the progress of learning and teaching. For example, lectures and regular conversations. Besides words that generate meaning, communication entails concepts such as body language, gestures, and eye contact, which brings us to our second topic, nonverbal communication. Nonverbal communication can be better defined as communication without words. This may be hard to understand, but it is very much possible as each and every single one of us takes part in nonverbal communication every day in our day-to-day life. It includes behavior such as facial expressions, smiles, sadness, anger, eye contact, as well as the obvious messages such as dress, positive and personal distances between two persons. For clarification as to the last point, there are certain things that persons can know. If you put distance between you and another person, it states the kind of relationship you guys have. You will not find yourself standing as close to a stranger as you will find yourself standing to a close friend. We often have to decide whether we would engage in verbal or nonverbal communication. So, how do we decide this? By comparing the pros and cons of each. For verbal communication, there are many pros. First off, verbal communication is natural to the body. It is natural for us to speak to each other. It's understood better, soothing to the ear, and very therapeutic. It's very expressive also. You say more with your mouth, with your words, than you would with your body language, in most cases. However, the cons include it cannot be heard from a far distance, from any long distance. Me shouting to someone that is very far away would not be easily comprehensible. It is more evaluated. Persons mostly likely would weigh your words, trying to find a positive or negative meaning to it. It can be misunderstood or have glitches, technical difficulties in the human voice. For example, what if I'm to say a sentence to one of my friends? This friend, if we're close, will be like, yes, we're friends, and they would laugh it off. But this same sentence said to anyone else would be taken as an insult, and it might have that could be considered a glitch. Also, with the human voice, the tone we use adds a lot of meaning to our words. If we're speaking calmly to a person, the person that we're speaking to would take our message very calmly. But if we insert emphasis at certain points, like we raise our voice to a higher pitch or we lower our voice to a lower pitch, then this can be taken and interpreted in another way than we would have intended it to be originally. The language is very often misunderstood and misinterpreted. due to the lack of communication. Us not speaking often enough would most likely result in you not understanding what I truly am saying to you. Lack of listening skills may result in ineffective communication. If I am speaking, but you don't really know how to listen, or you really aren't paying attention to my words, we are not really abiding by the laws of communication. I am sending information, but you are not receiving it. Therefore, this communication will be considered ineffective. So now we move on to nonverbal communication. Nonverbal communication, on the other hand, certainly is a wider field. Some of the pros are, it is very complementary. The information is easily transferred and understood. It substitutes for verbal communication. It is adaptable to even those persons that experience barriers to communication. Here we can consider persons that are deaf and dumb and blind. Those persons cannot exactly hear and understand what we're saying, but with non-verbal communication, they use their body language to give us the message of what really is on their mind. Because non-verbal communication can be in any form, it defies any barriers to communication, to barriers of communication. The cons, however, are imprecise and easily misread. It is also limited in distance. It is lacking complexity. Nonverbal communication have many forms. The most obvious is body language, expressing our inner feelings such as happiness, sadness, anger, surprise, disgust, fear, confusion, excitement, exhaustion, desire, contempt. We must also consider the others. Posture, standing tall, sitting tall, with shoulders back. Eye contact, solid, with a smiling face. Gestures with hands and arms, purposeful and deliberate. I can speak to you by showing you hands. The more hand movement we have, the more gestures we have, is the more easily communication is understood. Therefore, if I want you to have my point, and me using a lot of gestures would help you to focus more on what I'm trying to say, and you will get the message of my conversation as I'm doing now as an example. Speech, slow and clear. Tone of voice, moderate to low. Nonverbal communication can cue us into certain things. We may know when someone is defensive, as they may act in that particular manner. It can tell us when someone's bored. These persons may show these signs. Heads are down, eyes are glazed or gazing at something. Hands may be picking at clothing. They may be writing or doodling. They may be sitting slumped in their chairs. We can also use it to tell when someone is lying. The person might not really want to maintain eye contact. They might have their hands or fingers in front of their mouth when speaking. They will have their body physically turned away from you, or have unusual body gestures that would hint you in as such. His breathing or her breathing may increase. Their complexion may change, and perspiration may increase. Their voice may become really high-pitched, or they might stammer a lot, or clear their throats. In order to become a great communicator, you must first understand how to be a good receiver and a better listener. There are certain things we must learn to do this. If you listen to others, others will listen to you. Maintain eye contact. If you pay attention to a person's eye, you will pay more attention to what they're saying. Do not use your phone during a conversation. You might miss so much. Ask questions instead of trying to read the person's mind. Try not to interrupt. Now, the two might seem as if they kind of conflict each other, but when you ask questions, you learn more. It shows the person that you're actually interested in what they have to say. And when you try your best not to interrupt the parts where they're making points, it will also show them that you have focus and you really want to know what is going on. Even further, there are certain things you have to look for if to find out if someone wants to be listened to. Look for hints that the person wants to talk. Let the other person say what's on their mind. Encourage a person to elaborate and paraphrase what someone said. Ask questions and listen to try to help work on possible solutions. Well, this has brought us to the end of my presentation on information speech. I really hope you guys have enjoyed or at least learned something from this presentation, and I do hope that all the peers that are about to respond to my post give honest and positive criticism so I myself will be able to develop further, and I will do the same for you. Please have a great day.